And well, Erin Hale is now joining us live from Hong Kong for the latest on the situation on the ground. And Erin, well, the Hong Kong airport completely overrun there. What is the latest that you're picking up? Of course, all flights cancelled. It's a huge problem for people transiting through Hong Kong.
Yes, I'm currently in Terminal 2, but in Terminal 1, there are thousands of protesters on the ground in the arrivals hall and in the departures area where they completely blocked passengers from checking in earlier today and going through the departure. There is still a lot of confusion here as to whether or not flights are proceeding, as some of them are listed as on time. So there are quite a number of passengers still in the airport hoping to try their luck as to whether or not their flight will in fact leave tonight.
Right, and of course also earlier today we played out that soundbite of Carrie Lam where she was constantly asked about one of the demands of the protesters, that is the extradition bill, whether she had the power to scrap it. She was completely silent about this and every other issue. Clearly there is no meeting point between the protesters and the Hong Kong government or the head of the government there. So what is going to happen next in terms of any sort of negotiation that can be looked at?
This is really anyone's guess at this point. You're correct in saying Carrie Lam really has refused to meet protesters at any point that they desire. Many people think that she's really only nominally in charge and that Beijing is calling the shots at this point, and they do not want to be seen as acquiescing to a mass protest movement. However, I think there is pressure growing on her administration. The UN today did condemn the use of police violence over the weekend and said many of the tactics they're using, violated human rights conventions. And the airport protests certainly have put additional pressure on her. So I think many people would like to see a political solution to this where maybe she can give some concessions.
Erin, of course, what we're also picking up from reports is that now China is, of course, sending a strong signal as well to Hong Kong. We believe that today armored vehicles are spotted on the other side of Hong Kong, just across the border. So they are in a wait-and-watch situation right now, but it can escalate any point in any given point in the future, considering there is a complete stalemate.
It is hard to judge those vehicles because the PLA actually does have a garrison in Hong Kong, and many of the soldiers live just over the border, and there are often a lot of border exercises. So there's been a lot of rumors in the air as to whether or not China will intervene. That would be a huge step for them, and they would certainly face very strong Western condemnation. It's sort of their final trump card, but no one's quite sure if they will play it yet.
Right, Erin, thanks very much indeed for joining us with the latest there. Erin, they're reporting from the Hong Kong International Airport, giving us all the latest details. Thanks for that.